Kumusta, kapatid? It's Kuya E with Malusog. Let's talk about something a lot of us were never taught how to do: setting boundaries. Not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships, with coworkers, and even with family. That's what we'll talk about in today's video. Before we get into it, it would mean the world to me if you hit that like button, subscribed, and turned on notifications. It really does help this type of content reach more guys who need it. I am on a mission to help 1,000 guys reclaim their confidence by transforming their body, mind, and soul. At Malusog, we view you as a whole, not as several different pieces disconnected from each other. Every single like and subscribe brings me one step closer to achieving my mission, so thank you so much. So let's get into it. As Filipinos, as Asians, we're infamous for always saying yes, even when we want to say no. Even when we're already overwhelmed, even when it's hurting us. And we don't say yes because we're weak. We always say yes because we're afraid of being seen as rude. Or even worse, we're afraid of feeling guilty. Now, let's address that up front. I believe most of us aren't actually driven by guilt. We're driven by the desire to please. We want to be liked. We want to avoid conflict. We want to be the good son, the easy coworker, the friend who's always there. But that people-pleasing behavior, it doesn't create healthy relationships. It creates imaginary ones. Not sending boundaries is like giving someone the wrong address to a destination and then getting mad when they show up at the wrong place. You never told them what you needed. You never told them your limits. But somehow, you expect them to just know, until one day, you explode. That's not fair to them, and it's not fair to you either. Now, I'll be very real with you. I have personally messed this up before. Back in college, I had one of my first office jobs, real coworkers, real tasks, first time in a grown-up work environment, and one day, a coworker asked me to do something. Looking back, it was a small request, nothing crazy, but I lost it. I emotionally dumped on him. I told him he was taking advantage of me, said he always relied on me, and I even threw our friendship into question. And here's the worst part. I didn't even offer to help. I simply just walked away. It wasn't about that task. It was about all the other times I had said yes to him when I wanted to say no, all the resentment I bottled up, all the pressure I felt that I never voiced. And that day, I made things very awkward for both of us for there on out. And it all could have been avoided if Ellis 1.0 had learned how to set a boundary. Now, instead of dumping frustration, I could have said something like, "Hey, I'm happy to do this for you today, but moving forward, can you just make sure to handle these things before leaving the office? I don't want it to become a pattern. Thanks for understanding." No attitude, no drama, just clear, calm leadership. I would have done the task, preserved the relationship, and set a healthy line for the future. That's what Ellis 2.0 learned, and that's what he would have done. The Malusog boundary formula, if you will. We teach this in Malusog because it works. I can't do what you're asking or when you're asking for it, but here's what I can do, and insert your version. And then ask, does that work for you? Clean, respectful, direct. And bonus, you still offer a solution. This moves you from an imaginary relationship where people are guessing what you're thinking to a real one where both sides have mutual consent, understanding, and expectations. It feels weird at first, but that's just your people-pleasing programming trying to hold you back. Once you experience the freedom of setting a boundary without guilt, you'll never go back. Malusog means healthy in Tagalog, and saying yes to everything is just not healthy. It builds resentment. It leads to explosions. It creates a life where no one knows the real you because you've never told them. Here at Malusog, we challenge you to look in the mirror, to take responsibility for what you have allowed, to stop blaming others for crossing lines that you never drew. This isn't about shame, it's about gaining control. And it starts with just one sentence. Here's what I can do. Does that work for you? Your challenge this week. Set one boundary. Small, medium, or large, up to you. Use the formula and notice how it feels. And if you're brave, comment below and share what happened. I will personally reply. Now, if this topic is hard for you, you're not alone. This guilt you feel, it's not yours. It's what you were taught. And if you want to unlearn that guilt and learn how to take back your power, start with the 5-day Malusog reset. It's not just about food, it's about emotional clarity, cravings, and self-leadership. In the 5-day Malusog reset, I walk you through 5 days of intense identity level change. And these 5 days will set you up for success for the rest of your life. And if you finish each day at the advanced or Rizal level, you get the opportunity to join the Bayani Room or the Hero Room, a private community of guys who have also completed the reset program just like you. You'll also have direct access to me in that group, where I will provide exclusive content just for the guys in that group. Start your reset today with the link in the description. Tagalog sign up for today. Magsimula ka sa isang hindi para hindi ka mapilitang sumigaw. Which means start with one no so you don't end up screaming later. I'll see you in the next one.